Things. We all like things. Car, house, job. These are all things that I love and care about. But are they really important? Family. Now that's what's really important. Someday my car will die, my house will fall apart, and my job will go away. That doesn't mean these things aren't important. It just means they're tools. Tools that I use to improve the relationships that I have within my family. Hello and welcome back. I'm trying different ways to bring new information to you that I think you might find interesting. If you think you might find it more interesting just to see us on vacation and not the planning or more about the car, please leave comments below and I will try and give you what you like. However, today I want to talk a little bit about trip planning, what I do to do my trip planning. Normally, I use 3 sites for planning a trip. The best and most important site is down. It's been down for 3 days. It's supposed to be up in another 2 days. I want to get this video done, so I'm actually going to use a different one. But my favorite site is EV Trip Planner. The reason I like it so much is it uses colors like Tesla does about what your battery state should be in when you get to a certain destination. And it also allows me to say I'm going to be driving over the speed limit, which definitely affects how your battery, how much distance you can drive. However, like I said, that site is down. So I am going to today show you how I use EV Trip Planner to go ahead and plan my route. Another site that I often use is Expedia. That's pretty obvious for finding a place to stay. I think if it was just me and my wife, we would probably just go to whatever was the cheapest hotel that was clean. And you can find those for maybe $50. However, with my son, he sits in the car all day and he finds it very painful. And so I try and find a place with a swimming pool where we can jump in and play after a long day of riding in the car. And then in the morning have a free breakfast. To me, that's worthwhile. And so for $100 at Holiday Inn Express, you can get a swimming pool, you can get a free breakfast, you get a clean room. So I generally stay at those places. I have noticed that several superchargers are also at Best Westerns. But let's get started. Oh, the third app. I also use what's in the Tesla computer, and I'll show you that as well. However, I have found it's overly optimistic, and you can get yourself in trouble with that as your only tool. But let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you what I'm going to be doing with PlugShare and how I'm going to configure it and use it. All right, here's the PlugShare website, and normally I would use EV Trip Planner for this. However, because it's down, I'm going to be showing you PlugShare's website here. First thing to look at is, what kind of chargers are showing up here. Sometimes you are desperate and you'll take anything you can get. Other times you're being selective, and so it has all that data in there. The ones where you're absolutely desperate, as well as the ones that are preferred. And so if you click here on the settings, you'll see what I have done. This J1772 I mentioned in my last video is just like what you're going to see here for this Tesla in terms of power and signaling. However, because the J1772 is usually for non-Teslas, and non-Teslas have generally been short commute kind of cars, you're probably going to see these at like a Walgreens or a Nissan dealer. And I'm not really interested in that. If I'm actually going to go to a hotel, I'm looking for, the hotel's probably going to have a Tesla charger because those are the only cars really traveling long distance today. And it might change here in the near future. But so I've unchecked 1772. Chatamo, most of those are going to again be Nissan dealers. I don't have a converter. You can buy one, but I'm not going to go to a Nissan dealer and ask for free electricity. CCS is a no-go with your Tesla. I doubt you're going to find any Roadster ones, but they may have replaced it with this Tesla version. And then lastly, superchargers. So these are all the only ones I want to see. Wall chargers. I don't care to see somebody as a wall charger because you're going to have to sit there for 4 days to charge your car. That's not going to work. This NEMA 1750, that's probably going to be RV parks. And I'm not going to go stay at an RV park unless I was going to rent a cabin, and I'm not really planning on doing that. So I have only checked the Tesla and the supercharger, and that's kind of limited what's on the screen. If I included everything, it would be overloaded with places to charge. All right, so I'm going to go in here and we're going to do, let's see, I think I can just type in here. We're going to go from Longmont to Rapid City. Nope. So we're going to go from Longmont to Rapid City. All right. Boom. And this was the route that I was actually originally planning on taking. One of the things I like it did here, which it also would have done in EV Trip Planner, is it showed all the spots whether you needed them or not. And so, because before the trip I'll probably charge my car at home all the way, I will skip this first stop, so I won't actually use it. And yeah, and here, like their app, you can add it to your trip. I'm not going to add this one. I am going to add this one. One of the things that I wish more people do when they review these sites is say what restaurants are nearby, because usually you want to go eat. So we've now added Cheyenne up there, and the second one here is Lusk. So we're going to add that to the trip. There we go. Now we've got those two. Now here's the point where you've got to start actually making decisions. So by the time I get to Lusk, it's probably going to be fairly late. Let's say I get out of work at 5, drive 80 miles to eat dinner. Eat dinner, so that, that's probably means 6. You're going to leave it again at 7, and you drive another 2 hours, and it's now pretty late. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll stay the night in Lusk. Now, then if I remember correctly, and I may not, there's a whole bunch of hotels, maybe right down here around Custer, which every one of them has a destination charger. So I may not go all the way to Rapid. Even though Rapid has a supercharger, I actually may not go there. Let's go ahead and see if, by zooming in, if that is true. Now if we look here in Custer, South Dakota, you can see we've got a whole bunch of chargers here. Right? And let's zoom back out and you look, we should see an orange one up here in Rapid City. So this is the supercharger. However, the fact that I'm going to a destination means a destination charger may be just fine. And so let's go look here at Custer. Custer might be a cute little town. And then I don't need that supercharger. So let's see what we got here. There's a 1772. We got a picture. And look at that, 2 Teslas. Okay, so, and look at this. You see this shape here of this charger? That is not a 1772. That's a Tesla charger. Oh, I see up here, and it says both Tesla and 1772. Okay. And where was that? That was 5th Street. Bavarian Inn. Okay. I wonder if that is inn as in restaurant or inn as in place to stay. Chamber of Commerce has one. Oh, there is a lot in this town. They have gone all out. So there you go. That's a 1772 and a Tesla. Again. That. Okay. So if I go to Custer, I've got lots and lots of options for charging. Let's see if I can find something where me and my son can actually go swimming. That's what I'm really interested in. Chamber of Commerce, Econo Lodge. So let's do this. Let's open up another tab here, and let's open up go to hotels. we're going to Custer, South Dakota. Wow. Looks like they're going to be busy that weekend. So America's Best Value Inn. I like spending as little money as possible so I can do as many trips as possible. So let's see. American Value Inn. Econo Lodge. Rocket Motel. Rockcrest. Comfort Inn. Bet you that has a place. Holiday Inn Express. That's my favorite. Here we go. Yeah, we got 2 chargers, Holiday Inn Express. What do we have a Holiday Inn Express showing up here? You know, it'd be really nice if Expedia, if you're watching Expedia, please pay attention. If Expedia went ahead and put these 2 tools together. So here we go, $208 a night. That's more than I was expecting. But they got a charger. All right. And what was the other place? We got Super 8. Oh, we can go look at the Super 8 too. Boy, but see, Holiday Express is so clean. Okay, so now we've found a couple nice hotels in Custer, South Dakota. But we could also go up to Rapid, and there might be some hotels sitting next to Supercharger. And they really don't have to be right next door. If you're using a Tesla charger or a 1772, your car's going to be charging all night, which means you need to live within walking distance of your charger. But if you're going to be staying near a Supercharger, really you just need to be within, well, it doesn't really matter, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you have patience for. So let's go up and look at the hotels around the Supercharger in Rapid City and then make our decision where we want to stay. Because maybe Rapid City has less demand on it than Custer. By Texas Roadhouse. It's by the mall, Rushmore Mall, Best Buy, Lowe's, Theater, and there's a Best Western. All right, $178 a night. So this is a little bit farther away and a little bit cheaper, but is my time really worth $12? Looks clean though. Let's go look at this. Bavarian Inn. Oh, this is very cute. This is adorable. This might be the place to stay. It has a swimming pool. I don't know, it might be, some of those outdoor pools are kind of cold. This is a very cute place. So it looks like we could get it down to $164. So that's the place to go, right there. It's adorable, it's cute, and it's got a charger. All right, I'm back. I had to take care of some stuff. I'll spare you the details of setting up the second night stay. However, really what it boils down to is finding places that you can charge at, either a destination charger, where you're going to stay the night, or someplace within close proximity to a supercharger. Also, I look at how far away something is, and that's where I really liked EV Trip Planner, because it knew exactly how far I could drive, even better than Tesla's own computer knew. So I generally have found that my 90D can drive about 220 miles on a charge, and I can drive whatever speed I want. It's rated at 300 miles, but that's driving like 55, and I can't drive. All right. I said I would go ahead and show you the interface here in the car, and I think that's important, not because I think it's the best tool, but because oftentimes it is the most convenient or your only tool. So let me go ahead and take it off charging here. Let's bring the map up and go to full screen. So this is what you're going to see when you're off traveling. I'm going to move this. We do two things. We can move it to daytime mode. Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll move this to daytime mode. Boom. So that's what you're going to see during the daytime. That was the satellite. This is the street. So let's go ahead and type in that we're going to go to South Dakota, and we're going to go to Custer, South Dakota in particular, and see what information it gives us. Now you can talk to the car and say navigate to this place, and I almost never do that. I don't know why, maybe habit. Okay, you can see now here, there's the supercharger in Lusk. Here's the one in Cheyenne, and here's the one in Loveland. Now, a lot of times it will skip them if it doesn't think you need them. Now, notice right here, it's saying
proceed to the highlighted route onto William Place.
Okay, it's suggesting that I go ahead and go to Loveland. Right now I'm at 80% charge, so it's basically saying, hey, if you get a full charge at Loveland, you can go ahead and go all the way to Lusk and skip Cheyenne. Me personally, I'm uncomfortable with that. And this is the sort of situation where you can get yourself in trouble. Here it's saying the total trip is 300 miles. I don't know how many miles it is up here to Lusk from here. And usually at that point in time, I go and I pull out my phone and I'll ask my phone how far the mileage is. And that gives me a good idea of if this computer is pushing me beyond where it should be. And so, yeah, we'll just go up here and say, okay, we want to go to Lusk. In fact, let's do this. I like Google's better. Go to Google's map and we'll say from Loveland, Colorado to Lusk. All right, 197 miles. That is something we could do. So it may be right. Maybe if we got a full charge there in Loveland, we would be good to go and drive straight to Lusk. And that may not be a bad idea, you know. It's saying if I had a full charge. Now, and from here to Loveland is probably about 30 miles. I'm just guessing. So that would mean from my house to Lusk would be 230. 230, I'm going to have to really watch the speedometer. I think psychologically I'm going to have a hard time stopping in Loveland because I just got started. I got 30 minutes down the road and I'm going to start charging. And the supercharger in Loveland is at a hotel with nothing else around it. So you got to go inside, sit at the hotel, or go into a very nice restaurant there at the hotel. I think I'm going to stick with my original plan, and I'm going to go from here to Cheyenne. And again, look, it's not showing up because it doesn't think you need to do it. It's not going to show you. If you want to know if it's skipping, you can hit this charge button for new destinations, and it will tell you. And here, look at it. It says Loveland. You know, they've got something like 8 chargers, and it says 2 of them are full. That's kind of amazing. Cheyenne has 4, 0 are full. Lusk has 4, 0 are full. But this is sometimes your only tool. And so you might as well get used to knowing how to use it. It doesn't mean you need to be using it as opposed to the better tools online. Now look at that. Is that not a beautiful car? I love that car.